Round 4 this week at Westholme Ridge. We have got a rainy one on the docket today, so hopefully it's not too bad to see. We are moving up to the closest tee boxes. Winds stay high out of the south. We have very soft fairways, very soft greens that are very slow. So the rain is very fitting, or the greens are very fitting to the rain. The course is receptive. That means accuracy and vision are at an absolute premium here. Very, very dark. I actually don't even know, is it worth it to try and drive down here? It might just be solely for the fact that it's very soft, and if we make it, then we're trying to be very precise with a pitch. Thank you guys all so much for being here, sticking with me through this. These struggles have been rough these past couple of weeks. It's starting to come to a head, and I'm just hoping that we can survive this week. Stay in plat and stay out of the rough. Okay. Uphill shot. Very, very sideways, though. Very, very sideways. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Alright. Hopefully being out here is the right call. Now, I think this is going to land probably somewhere just past pin high. So I think we just have to give it a little bit of loft and brakes, and it should just stop. Underhit it, though. My goodness. Okay, I feel like we're getting away with one there. And I think with these being as slow as they are, we need to just be on like full aggression. That might be too aggressive. That might be too aggressive. That had some pace on it, but the sense of it still stands. Need to have some aggression here if we want to have any semblance of a chance. Alright, cut it back into the wind. Try and land it short. Release it onto the green. It's on a decent line. Sit. That's a huge tee shot. That's a huge tee shot for us. I've got the early break. Now, rolling with the speed that it had, it did not go very far left to right. But I think going back the other way, you're hitting it through. It's not going to break as much at the start and more at the end, but I just don't trust my reads, so we're gonna go outside here and try and get it home. We need the scores. We need the scores. Don't look at my swing plate, it's atrocious, but that works. So, dumb question. Can you go around these trees and get onto the green in one? I realize that I missed an opportunity in round 1 with this being drivable. I think there's actually... We're gonna go for it. Ah, I just barely caught it. Get lucky. Okay, it's only in the light rough. I think with the full backspin it gets over. But then you have to probably underhit it because with the full backspin you're gonna get extra carry out of it. That worked out. That worked out. Should it have worked out? Probably not, but here we are. Here we are. 62 7. I actually think this... I think with just like a touch of backspin. I think with just a touch of backspin. Come on, nice little pitch shot in here. Ah, bad swing. Bad swing there. Felt like I was way outside on the swing path and I was way inside, so that's gonna sit well in my head. Slow drifter most of the break at the end. Most of the break at the end. So just like mostly straight and starting to turn at the end. I'm gonna go here. Come on! Need these. Absolutely need every single one of these strokes. The more the merrier. Okay, so this is like... This is where it starts to be about how good of a dart can you hit, because the wind is only going to move this just a touch, and it's not really going to bounce. So you probably need to be given this good amount of D-loft. So I don't think it's really going to go too far. Ah, no. Suddenly turned the swing. How does the pull turn into a push like that, man? Okay. Soft and slow, so it shouldn't go all that much. So that's probably where we're looking. Not too shabby. Good recovery. Terrible, terrible, terrible tee shot. Alright, I think with this being soft, we should be A-okay. Or very soft, even. Except for the part where we pull fast it into the rocks. That part's not gonna get the job done. Hurry hard, thank you for the follow. Gosh darn it. I mean, there's just no getting this down. I mean, does it even matter what we take? I'm just going to hit the 4-iron. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. We'll play the layup here, give ourselves a short shot into the green. Missed opportunity. Definite missed opportunity. I think the sand wedge lands somewhere in here, but I don't think it rolls down all the way. I'm going to give it some more. Big pitch. Got a little bit more out of that, actually. I don't know if that's just the wind with the downhill or that downhill lie, but something gave that some legs. Inside and turn, and let's start it out here. Okay. So we find the rough, but we get ourselves back on schedule. Love that. So downhill 39 feet. All right, so we're going to be probably now in between clubs if I had to guess. Actually, no, this pitching wedge might just be enough. Steiner Gaming, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what, if this carries out to like 66, and then you've got probably another 11 playing on angles, let's say. This might actually be too much. They touch on that and that. Could be. It could be a play. Ooh, that swing feels swift. Pull fast. This green, I think I've hit pull fast on this hole every single time. This time though, the kick is a little friendlier. We actually end up on the green, but yeah, I don't think I've had a good swing on this par 3 at all. This entire tournament. Oh man, so much break early on, and with it being a slow green, I don't quite know how it's gonna play, but it's gotta take it offline to some extent. So I gotta play it out here. I think it just has to turn back. Apparently 104s are my green speed. Anything above 104, not so great. But 104 is going pretty good right now. As long as that stays fairway bound, yeah, we're good. So had me concerned. Hey, what's going on, Billy? Ooh, back pin. Back pin. And I think with the elevation change and the lie and everything, I am not so certain that 3-wood is going to make it. Also, this lie played so much more in the last round that I gave it any sort of credit for. I'm going to take a practice swing just to get a feel for what I think is going to happen with this swing. Yeah, we're just going to envision that comes out probably from there. So then we're going to take off another bit. So we're aimed out here. I mean, mid 40s, upper 30s, and then the wind, right? That's the kicker here. Is without the wind, we're landing like pin high, but with the wind, I think with the wind, we're easily too far back. But can I get 260 something out of this driver? That's in the 240s. That's... All right, this is kind of a wild driver off the deck here, but oh, actually cut through too much. Actually cut through too much. That just like that sliced through. I don't think the 3-wood was gonna be it. Pulls, pushes, practice swings. It sucks, man. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Downhill lie, uphill. So we want to land it here. We'll land it. Yeah, having zero control and confidence over your swing, Lindsay, is like the worst. That's okay. It rolls out, but like I would rather the 13-foot comebacker than miss and like hit the face and then pop back down into the bunker and do it all over again. Okay, this has a lot of movement. So it has to start on an inner line and then it's turning at the end, right? New time for 18 holes, about 2 hours 45. Yeah, we're starting to get to like IRL times. But hey, if it gets us to IRL times and we score like this, then I don't know how much I care. Probably completely kills the YouTube content, and I would have to absolutely edit down those videos a crap ton. But yeah, as it stands, if we're gonna actually make make putts, then I think the trade-off might just be worth it. Oh no. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. I was afraid with it landing on the fairway that the bounce was going to be too big. First round, so round 3 Stives, not great. Round 3, only like 7 under. We were just barely missing everything. This round, however, I think we're 7 under through 7. So this round going much, much better. So this has to be, it's moving with pace, but it is braking, and it's gonna brake a lot more at the end. It would have been too much, right? It would have been too much to keep the putt reads going that well and grab another birdie or another eagle. Proximity to hole was absurd recently. You don't get it? Well, when you know how to make reads and you hit your shots, like I think that's what it boils down to. Like my proximity is normally very good, but in these recent weeks, I've been having a lot of rounds with like 30-foot proximity to hole, and like I'm not a good putter, so like recovering from that is like maybe 1 out of 10 putts. Like So what, that's 11, 12 miles an hour in the face? Probably plays a little bit more than that because it's a little more headwindy, so... I play the 8-iron. It's enough headwind, it should pretty well kill it. A little bit fast, but the swing plane was actually good on this one. Now just plant. Alright, we're just gonna go aggro line. There we go. There we go. 9 under going out. 2 more strokes and we're already going to be cruising past our best round of the tournament so far. Alright, uphill and everything. I think we should be able to just kind of aim over this bunker and send it. Yeah, 13 foot, that's a crazy one round. I've had a few of those. I think I've had one time in my life I went, I forget, was it True Sim? I went like 9.4 foot proximity to hole on a round. Probably the nuttiest thing I've ever done. My putting's not good, so like the score did not reflect the proximity, but the proximity was like otherworldly. This is too short. I don't know. See, it's judging these shots that gets me in trouble a lot. Because, like, uphill, it's 70, right? And then, like, how much is this going to take off? Are we going to lose 2 yards? Are we going to lose 4 yards? Maybe the play is actually just to put the spin on it and assume we're gonna be long and then spin it back. That might be the play here. That's a smart play. That's a smart play. With the pitch just not knowing like what my true distance is going to be, I think just having it try and come back is the better play than trying to figure out how to get it up. Higgy had an 8 foot. Yeah, I think it was 9.4. Maybe it was 8.4. Something like that. I'd have to go digging to go and figure out what it was, but I know that we've had one round. We've had a few in like the 10s. Yeah, like sub 15 foot proximity, but that was probably like the wildest in terms of just sheer number. Okay, I think for something like this, 73, and then the wind's gotta probably move it a little bit. So I'm gonna put a little bit, try and slow this down. Tree on the par 5 17th. Yeah, there is one par 5 where it's like on the left-hand side going in. I think it is the 17th. I think you are right about that. All right, took a little bit too much off of that guy. Maybe shouldn't have been playing the tailwind when it's that little and up the hill. Probably is pretty well nullified by that point. Probably is pretty well nullified by that point. Okay, so we've got an uphill putt. We know it's gonna be starting inside and turning, and then it's more at the end. I think I like this read. Oh, it just skimmed around. We've been this close on a couple of extra eagle putts. Yeah, it's crazy the amount that like I didn't go for in the first 2 rounds because I just like didn't think I could. Was so much. Because this is probably playing like at least 28 down, right? So that's 286. Like, I don't think you have to play much for this backspin to just go straight over. So we pulled it, but that should be perfectly safe because it kicks left to right. Yeah, like, I definitely probably left potential strokes out there just because we played some further shots out. Now, ball striking hasn't been the best, but I still think there's probably strokes that we left out there. Look at that. It just has like a sharp turn back at the end. So this is a very crooked. But I think for the most part, even though it has that turn back, I think we got to play it outside. Because I think we're going to go probably pretty much on a left to right, and then it just kind of hold up at the hole. So we're going to go with this. Hopefully that's the right read. It almost went the other way. It almost carried just right around the top. There's another eagle. Come on, we've left a couple eagles on the table, but we are rolling on this round. Yeah, I think the very high wins round 1 you could drive this. And I think so what, that's 12, but it's too diagonal. It's too diagonal. Like you get a little bit, you could add some if you I still think it's short though. So I am gonna just lay this one back. 218. Maybe I'll take the 3 hybrid. Get it a little bit closer. Good looking card, Brennan. I would argue better than good looking. It's probably the best looking my scorecard has been in ages. I mean, obviously I'm gonna chalk it up to the conditions, right? Like, very much so friendly in terms of scoring ability. Okay, wind is turning. Wind is turning. So, not as much on that. And now all of a sudden, I think we can play a stock sand wedge. I push slowed it, but the distance was right. Distance was right. We just missed our swing inside out. But you know what? These have been on the table. These have been on the table. We're gonna go up through without moving much, but it's the last little bits. It's the last little bits of turn. Come on, man. Holy cow. Is this what it feels like just to be like every other person? Real talk. Is this what it feels like to be every other person out there? But like on most rounds, is just you score birdies a lot? Because, man, it feels freaking good, dude. It feels so good. So I have to believe if I take this, we're a few yards short. D-loft to get it through. I hope that's the right call. A little bit too much D-loft, but it'll stick. A little bit of movement. All the movements at the end. And it's a little bit downhill behind. So I have to assume that that last bit is turning enough. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Downhill and into wind. Yeah, I think with the very softs you just take it. I think with the very softs you just take it. You know, Billy, this kind of round now, I know, like I said, it's the conditions are definitely helping. But, like, need this kind of confidence booster? Just that reminder of, like, you still got it. It's still in there. Because, like, the number, like, just the amount that it goes through my head of, like, man, am I just, is it GG? Like, my time has come. I hope you enjoyed it. Because it has just been that much of a struggle of late. 204. I'm a golfer? I am a golfer. Not a good one, but I am. I have the mental fortitude to just keep going when you suck. 214, and then it's gotta be like 12, probably a little bit less because of the angle of all of this. Let's say, we can say still probably 12 or so with the wind being back in, but that's long. So cut it and loft it. Little draw with some loft. Try and hopefully we're not too long. Hole fast. Not great. Distance seems to be good, and I think this does feed a little bit to the right. Yeah, just left it a little bit short. Alright, let's see what we're made of. Can we keep par off the card on this hole? It's gotta come off hard and break, and then it's the hard turn at the end, right? Like, get it going. It's going, and then as it slows down, we just start to drift back into the hole. Oh, I didn't have enough legs. Oh, it was the reed, though. It was the reed. It just ran out of steam. Underhit it by a hair. Oh, man, what a give. What a give. You know, interestingly enough, the 9-iron pitch is kind of an intriguing shot for this hole. The other option is to de-loft the lob wedge. I think we're gonna de-loft the lob wedge. No, the wind's turning. We're going lob wedge. We're going 9-iron pitch. We're doing it live. Doing it live. What is this wind, though? Like 10, maybe 9, because of where it's playing. Underhit it and slowed it. That just did not come out well. I wanted something with a little bit of release, but you gotta hit the shot. That just did not feel good. That just did not feel good coming off the hands there. So slight drift out to the right, starts to ride back to the left. Something like out here, maybe? Hung out. Hung out and overhit. Alright, we'll settle for a pair of pars there. The swings were not good, so we're definitely not deserving of a score here. Alright, now for everybody's favorite tree-bearing par 5. I can't even see out towards where that fairway is. That's how dark. I caught the tree. Couldn't see it. Holy cow. It's so dark. It's so dark, and the trees just blend in. I doubt it comes through any better on the stream or on the recording. I can't see a blessed thing. $225? I wonder if we go full backspin, if that's going to do the trick. It's not going to want to roll out, but it would give us extra distance. The wind is now turning back in, so that might be a moot point. 31. It could actually... If the wind decides to stay in, like a lofted hybrid could be the play. But if the wind stays out to the side, I mean, it's a completely different ball game with this shot. 218, 210, 208. I think I'm going to go 4-iron with the full backspin and then hope that I am not in this tree, because I know it's there, but I don't know if I'm aimed to the side of it. I'm hoping that the wind takes it back around. That's all I can hope. We missed the tree. This shouldn't really release because it's a 4-iron with full backspin into very soft. But I needed the extra distance because I don't think we're going to run out enough if we don't do it that way. Little bit left to right on these. Just kind of little bit left to right the whole way. Little bit left to right the whole way. This should be very makeable, but this is also where we've been bitten in the behind. So I think if we just play this right edge, or left edge rather, send her home. 3 eagles on the card. Yeah, very tough seeing conditions today. They gave us very easy playing conditions, but the difficulty actually comes from the fact that you can't see. It's a very peculiar way to go about it. You know, I don't remember them ever doing this before. Oh, the wind is turning? The wind is turning? I just want to send it down so we've got... I guess we'll just not play it aggressive. I just want to get a wedge. A little pull fast. I didn't hear a sound. I don't think it counted as a tree touch. So that's going to be A-okay. All right, let's see what we can do here. 1 to go. It's actually a pitch shot. We got down quite a bit further than anticipated. So 108. Actually, this pitching wedge, this is going to be an interesting thing. This pitching wedge pitch, I think, is too long. But we're in a peculiar situation here. Very much so in between. I don't know that shaping the lob wedge, I mean, it's always an option. I don't think it's the option that we necessarily want to go with here, but I mean, we can try and work it out. So 118, well, 90, I guess we're all the way lofted to 94 yards, right? So 94, 101, downhill, downwind. I mean, this wind probably playing like 5 yards, so 106, maybe 108, and then 106. So we'd be back here. So if we take something like that off, maybe that's the play. A little bit short. Little bit short, but we're still inside that 10-foot mark. Quite a bit of break at the foot. Still breaking by the end just a little bit less. So we got to get this one on the right line. You're cutting through and turning, but then you're turning more at the end. Does this feel correct Mundo. I think that does. What a freaking round, man. You want to talk about needing a round to just stay alive. 18 under will do it. And we were not far off from honestly hitting that 20 or better mark. Whoa, feels so good.